This is Mike Milligan, Certified Financial Planner, and this is the one-of-a-kind Financial Show Daily for Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. It's my son's birthday. Turns 29 years old today. And so happy birthday, Zach. Coming to you again today from San Juan, Puerto Rico, my home. I love the island. I have 48 days now left until my 50th birthday. 48 days to go. Today we have a big one. Nvidia and 6 of the biggest names on Wall Street lining up $500 billion around AI infrastructure. A quiet Monday close in the equity markets with inflation print 2 days away, and a little pop culture that I think has a lesson buried inside of it. The social media reaction to the new Ted Lasso season. Educate, coach, plan. Never miss a moment. Let's get into it.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
Monday was quiet. It was a positioning day, not a decision day. The S&P 500 finished essentially flat, down about 0.06% to 77.53. That was 77.57 close on Friday. The Dow gave back 60 points to close at 53,975, off about 0.1%. The Nasdaq slipped 0.32% to 26,605 as mega cap tech took a breather. Nothing dramatic on the tape for the markets today, and that's a tell. Traders are parked. Wednesday brings the July CPI print, and that's the number the Fed is watching before its September meeting. When the market is this quiet on a Monday, it usually means one of two things. Either everybody is on the same side of the trade, or everybody is waiting for the same headline to land. This is why, in a one-of-a-kind financial plan, we build the plan first and then let data confirm or challenge the plan. We are not chasing returns as much as building a one-of-a-kind financial plan. The plan tells you what to do on quiet days and loud days.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
Now, the story of the day, it's Dr. Zach Milligan's birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, the other story. The story of yesterday, Nvidia announced it had signed memorandums of understanding with 6 of the largest asset managers on Wall Street: Apollo Global Management, Blackstone, BlackRock, Brookfield Asset Management, Goldman Sachs, and KKR. The goal? Mobilize more than $500 billion in third-party capital to finance the AI infrastructure build-out for hyperscalers, frontier AI labs, and enterprises. Read that again. $500 billion in third-party capital. And NVIDIA's argument is that its chips are no longer just chips. The CEO said in a live interview with Becky Quick on CNBC, Jensen Huang, I quote, "This is really the first time that technology chips have become an investable asset." Whoa. Larry Fink of BlackRock compared it to the creation of mortgage-backed securities in the 1970s. David Solomon of Goldman said it will create a market for credit backed by Nvidia compute. John Gray of Blackstone called it a financeable asset class. Now, I want to put my coach hat on for a second. I want to teach you what is actually happening here, because the number is loud and it's easy to get swept up. What Wall Street is doing is turning a graphics processing unit, a physical chip, into collateral, just like a commercial building or a toll road. They are saying this asset produces revenue that lasts for years and can be borrowed against. So instead of Microsoft or Meta, Facebook, or a startup putting the whole cost of a data center on its own balance sheet, an institutional lender finances the compute, and the consumer pays over time out of the revenue that compute generates. That is what financial engineering looks like when it works. It's also what financial engineering looks like when it does not. Moody's has already warned that unprecedented capital expenditure by the tech giants is squeezing free cash flow and pushing them into heavier debt. And notice, Nvidia stock actually fell around 3% on the news. The market rewarded the deal, and the market flagged the concentration risk in the same session. It's not a recommendation on Nvidia or any of the 6 firms I mentioned above. It's an observation, and I want you to take away is signal literacy. When you see a headline this big, do not ask, should I buy? Ask, what is this signal telling me about how capital is being deployed in the economy, and does my one-of-a-kind financial plan account for that shift? This is what educated investors do.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
All right, cultural pivot. The new season of Ted Lasso premiered last Wednesday on Apple TV. Ted is back at the AFC Richmond, this time coaching the new women's team. And the reaction on social media has been divided, is really a polite word. You have critics at Collateral and the New York Post saying it resets the show with much-needed energy. And you have critics at IndieWire, Variety, and The Guardian saying it does not earn its return. Fans on Twitter, X, are split. One person wrote they sobbed through the first episode and it felt like finding their softest, most comfortable t-shirt all over again. Another one said the show ending didn't work. But almost everyone had the same complaint about one thing. Apple is releasing the season 1 episode at a time. And I read this line and I laughed. Quote, like it's 1952. Here's the point I want you to hear. In a binge everything world, Apple made a choice to give the show back to us slowly, weekly, on purpose, because a moment only lands if you actually stop and pay attention to it. That is the whole reason I say never miss a moment. Not because life is short, because life is fast, guys. And if you binge every part of it, you don't remember any of it. Financial planning has the same trap. If you never stop and check the plan, if you never sit down with the numbers, if you never celebrate a milestone, the plan is running past you. Slow down, 1 episode at a time, 1 year at a time. That is what a plan is for.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
To wrap up the show today, 2 things are on the radar. The NFIB Small Business Optimism Index for July prints today. It is not a market mover most months, but small business sentiment is where you see the labor market and margin pressure first. Second, we are only 1 day away from Wednesday's July CPI print, so expect a quieter session with positioning into that number. 48 days until I turned 50. Yesterday it was 6 a.m. Orange Theory here in San Juan. Today, 1 gallon of water, 10,000 steps, back out of that Orange Theory. I'm never missing a moment. That includes never missing the moment when you decide to take care of yourself. It's that time in my life. I got to do it. And just as I end today, happy birthday, Zachary. I remember you from your birthday to 29 years later. You have become the man that makes a father proud, a brother that your sisters can count on, a husband your wife has dreamed about, and a father to Daniel that even makes me a little envious.
Be one of a kind with Mike's plan.
That is the show for Thursday, August 11th, 2026. If you want to reach me, text ideas to 600-700 or call us at One Oak Financial, 757-909-7151. This has been Mike Milligan, Estoy Aprendiendo. I am learning. So are you. Educate, coach, plan, never miss a moment. See you tomorrow. The content of the One of a Kind Financial Show is intended for education and information purposes only. Nothing shared on the show constitutes investment, tax, legal, or accounting advice, and nothing shared should be construed as a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any security, product, or strategy. Individual results will vary. I am a certified financial planning professional and the founder of One Oak Financial. Any reference to specific companies, securities, indexes, or economic data are made for educational context and are not solicitations. Consult your own qualified financial, tax, and legal professional before making any decisions. Past performance is not indicative of future results.